Kendrick Perkins said that if the Warriors win the title and Steph Curry is named Finals MVP, he's putting Curry over Magic Johnson as the greatest point guard of all time. Is he wrong? Let's look at each player's case through 4 different categories: stats, longevity, accolades, and impact. Let's start with the numbers first. In Magic's 13-year career, he nearly averaged a triple-double through over 900 games, and is still the only player in NBA history to average at least 20 points and 12 assists in 2 seasons. He sits at 6th all-time in assists, he's 3rd all-time in blocks among point guards, and 4th all-time in rebounds for his position as well. By all accounts, the stats show Magic for what he was, an all-around player who was consistently dominant. In Curry's 13-year career, though, he's been just as impressive. It would be exhausting to show off all of Curry's unreal scoring and shooting numbers because there's a lot. But he just recently became the all-time leader in three-pointers made. He has a career three-point percentage of 42.7%, good for 12th all-time, but on the most attempts of any player above him. He and Adrian Dantley are the only players in NBA history with multiple seasons where they average 30-plus points with a true shooting percentage of higher than 65%. But Curry's shot diet of pull-up threes makes the way he got that record that much more impressive than Dantley. And as far as peaks go, well, Curry had one of the most statistically dominant seasons of all time in 2015-2016, becoming the NBA's first unanimously voted MVP, all while recording the 11th best player efficiency rating in league history. Magic doesn't have a season that cracks the top 120 in that category. What Magic does have, though, is the 4th highest box plus minus of all time for his career, a stat that ranks Curry 12th. Curry statistically had one of the most impressive peaks of all time, and while Magic's stats are elite, I've got to side with Curry on the numbers. As far as longevity goes, Magic's case is pretty tough to beat. Unlike Curry, who took a while to reach his peak, Magic came out in his rookie year and quickly emerged as one of the best players in the league. While Curry leading the Warriors to 6 NBA Finals in 8 seasons is impressive, Magic went to the finals with the Lakers in 9 of his first 12 seasons before retiring early in 1991 after testing positive for HIV. Curry will eventually surpass him because the 34-year-old still has a decent amount of basketball left in him, but right now, it's Magic. As far as accolades, going based on Perkins' argument that Curry would add a 4th title and his first Finals MVP to his resume, this is how his accolades would stack up against Magic. As you can see, Curry's still got some work to do to catch up, even if he wins this year. So Magic takes the accolades category. All right, well, how about impact? At first glance, you might think Curry clearly wins in the impact category. After all, he is the greatest shooter of all time by a country mile. And his emergence with the Warriors over the last decade has produced one of the most dominant teams of all time, all while changing the game in an irreparable way. You would struggle to count on one hand the players who have impacted the game of basketball as much as Steph. But one of those players would be Magic. He is still revered as the greatest passer of all time. He propelled one of the greatest offenses in NBA history in the Showtime Lakers, and he did it while going up against some legendary players, including Dr. J, Moses Malone, Hakeem Olajuwon, and of course, Larry Bird and the Boston Celtics. Magic was the first instance of positionless basketball in the NBA. I mean, he won Finals MVP in his rookie season because he started at center in Game 6 for an injured Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He could do it all, and just like Steph, it paved the way for the type of basketball we see today. Not to mention, his battles with Bird and the Celtics helped create one of the most historic rivalries in all of sports, and by all accounts, helped save a dying league in the NBA in the 1980s. So I'm going to cheat here and give the impact category to both of them. However, overall, Magic still probably has the edge. But Curry is very quickly making a case for himself, and he still has a lot of time left to close whatever gap there is between them. More than anything, the fact that an undersized guard from Davidson College ended up being in the conversation for one of the greatest players ever, and maybe the greatest player at his position, is a testament to how far Curry has come in his triumphant career. But what do you think? Are you taking Magic or Steph? Let us know in the comments, and as always, we'll see you next time.